Hey there, friends and family. This is Dan. I'm here with the Dan and Adam Are Afraid podcast. It is a beautiful Sunday, February 9th, 2025. We are here in the new year. We are here in the future. I'm joined here by my very futuristic co-host, Adam.
Actually, Dan, you're here with Richard Nixon. We have a Richard Nixon impersonator today. Oh. That's the best I got. That was bad.
Went a little bit into like Al Pacino.
I'm Al Pacino. Yeah, why wouldn't I do a celebrity? I went with a president. I guess I'm just a patriot.
Perfect. I love it. Richard Nixon. Although it feels like we're living under the Reagan administration, if you know what I mean.
I don't know what I'm thinking about, Nancy. I need to stop. Someone needs to stop me. Like, I should have been in this fucking movie. I'm Mr. Lonely.
We're joined here by a very special guest. Hasn't been on the show in a while, and we'll give him a warm welcome. Diggum, how's it going?
Hey, how you doing? I should have prepared a impersonation or an impression of some kind. I didn't even consider it. I'm done. I used to look like Dave Grohl and like a lot like Dave Grohl, but like now I don't even know how he talks really, so I wouldn't even be able to like do the voice or anything like that. But it's going good. Besides that, I guess.
I'm glad to hear you're doing well. We're always flying by the seat of our pants here on the podcast, so it's good you are as well.
Yes, yeah. I'm always underprepared but overperforming. Hopefully.
Well, I didn't even watch this movie until today. I love Harmony Korine. I have no excuse. I should have watched this movie days ago.
I watched it last night, so we're basically in the same boat. But I watched it once and I watched it a second time with the Jay Cheel commentary, so I've seen it twice now.
Jay Cheel comment? He was on the commentary?
Yeah, Jay Cheel does the commentary on the Blu-ray.
Oh my god! I need to buy this thing. I'm gonna go on eBay and just pick it up. Yeah. I don't know. I don't need the slip, but yeah, I need to buy this. We'll get into it, but yeah, this movie hit me like a fucking freight train today. I was like, holy shit! I was not prepared to watch a really good movie today.
Yeah.
Now, I don't really like to bring like too much up front, up top. I did have some news stories. I'm just gonna leave them for our sister show. Just want to bring up Diggum. How are you doing with the Trump administration? Are you enjoying the ride?
Oh, it's just been great. As somebody who is queer and has a lot of queer friends and trans friends and friends in minority groups, it's just been fantastic. Everybody's thriving. Everybody's having a good time. It's not like people are like panicking all the time. There's like nothing bad going on. So.
I know. I was thinking about it. It's been like, it's not even been a month, and it's just like it's just havoc every day. I'm just like, God damn it.
Yeah, every day is a new dream.
It's like when you take acid or psychedelics after a long time, and you like get back in that headspace. You're like, oh, this is why I stopped doing it.
Yes, yeah, exactly.
I kind of had that with Trump, where I was like, oh, this is why I hated this motherfucker.
Yeah, I mean, it was you had 4 years to like get away from it. And kind of be in the mindset of like, forget how terrible it was. And then now it's like, oh, wait, never mind. This was actually awful.
Never forget, folks. 9/11 and Donald Trump, I guess. But yeah, I don't know. I don't have much to say. I just feel like I should bring it up. You're one of our progressive friends who's more so on our side than most of the people we interrogate on here, I think.
Yeah, that's probably the case. I've been looking into joining some extreme leftist organizations. So.
Oh yeah, me too. Yeah, I'm doing the new Black Panthers, but none of us are black.
Yeah, I love
Every
that.
one of us is. Yeah, it's gonna go well.
You guys would turn in an FBI application. You can get that done faster if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Well, they just froze my funding, so we gotta do something.
Yeah.
You said we were taking USAID money.
Oh,
can you imagine? I wish. Hey. We're doing this for free.
Yeah.
I'm stumping for China for free.
Maybe if we were, I don't know, toppling some foreign governments, we could have got some of that sweet cash, but
holy shit. I don't know. Let's just cut into this. Unless you got any beautiful stories, Adam. Do you have any beautiful stories to dole us with?
Not necessarily not any beautiful stories. I went and took a assessment test for this electrician's apprenticeship for this union, and I never felt dumber. Doing some basic arithmetic, I was just like, "Oh my, this is." There was a reading portion, and that was awful, but it's still the same. I don't like doing like the critical reading. I'm like, I like to read for fun. What is this? But yeah, went and did that. One of the was around all these union people. I was like, this is cool. All these guys got their union shirts on. All these ladies had their union shirts on.
Yeah, I'm not a part of a union. I would love to be in a union. Are you part of a? What do you even do these days, Diggum?
I am not in a beer salesman union. No, I wish it was, but there's not.
Couldn't we all? I was like talking about this last night. Couldn't we all technically join the Teamsters? That's who we would join. Like if we formed a union in our respective jobs. I don't know. Cause I
don't know.
Yeah, I don't know what the requirement for Teamsters is. If it's if there's a certain type of labor you're supposed to be doing, or if it's a general laborer. I have no idea.
This knowledge is lost to us. And to our children.
But it's something a little bit more to our, relevant to our show. I prepared for this movie by watching a lesser movie. I watched, Dan, you're going to love this. I watched Wicked with my wife. I don't know who's seen that. How many people? Show of hands, who's seen that movie? Oh,
yeah, look, watch Wicked.
Too many to count.
It was bad.
I had a pretty infamous crash out on stream yelling about Wicked. So
yeah, it was. I don't. You know what? It's a musical, so that part was fine. But oh boy, did that movie look bad? The whole time I was just like, I can't. I had to smoke weed. I was like, I'm not gonna smoke any weed tonight. That broke that rule because I was like, this is fucking just boring. Like watching a movie with such bad lighting. I hate that I'm that guy now. I'm like, I can't watch this. Looks like shit.
It just was shot on a sound stage. Like Barbie looks like fucking 2001 in comparison.
Yeah, it has this weird, from the trailers and a color palette, and a filter over it. It just looks really bizarre. Same thing with that. Everybody's talking about how great that Fantastic Four trailer looks visually, but I'm like, it's so gray and washed out that I'm just becoming old, and I'm like, this just looks terrible, visually. I don't know if I can even watch it.
Why'd they put an Instagram filter on it?
That's
the vintage filter.
Yeah. And it's the same with Wicked. It just has this weird gray filter over it, and it's really good for your Wizard of Oz movie to look gray.
Yeah,
there's a lot of problems with it.
Yeah.
Well, the whole they built sets for this thing, and they paint. You could see somebody got down on their hands and knees and painted these sets, and then you just don't even get this. You don't even see it. This modern way of making. I'll be the old man now. This modern way of making movies where, they keep everything shot with flat lighting so they can adjust it in a week before their release date and change things, and it's such. It's just why go see a multi-million movie like that? It just seems like such a waste.
Don't go see them, folks. That's the answer. Don't go see these movies.
I did watch it on Dan's Plex server.
It was bad. It was bad. It was not good. And I got two problems with Wicked. One, Cynthia Erivo or whatever. She's got a fun whatever act. She's got a good voice. But she also makes the same face 80 times in the movie where she kind of just crooks her mouth. She's like, And it got really annoying and just wasn't fun. Just wasn't a fun movie. Some of the songs were good. I like the popular one. But in general with Wicked, my issue with it I've brought up is it's kind of like the cliche issue with just movies. Especially movies that go back and are like, hey, how did fucking Indiana Jones get his hat or whatever the fuck? How did Han Solo become Han Solo? Oh, because he was alone, so he's solo now. it's that cliche thing where you go back and explain something from the original movie, and that's all Wicked is.
Yeah, it's like an over explanation of this stuff. And not to even derail it even further, what movie doesn't do that is like Furiosa is like great at not doing that. Like it's the example of how you can just make a story about a character before the main film and just not do that shit where it's like, oh, this is where this came from. Oh, this is exactly where this came from.
Yeah, I haven't seen Furiosa, so
I want to see. I got to see that prequel. Where's Waldo? But I want to see the prequel of Who's Waldo.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, why does Waldo do what he does?
They're gonna do it. Anyway, fuck Wicked. No heart from me. Thumbs down, folks. If we're gonna talk about movies we watched, I watched Dario Argento Panico, that documentary that came out a couple years ago at Cannes. Really good. It was done by Simon Scafidi, the guy who did the Fulci for Fake documentary. Check it out, folks. It's just as good. And it's kind of interesting to learn about Argento. You don't really learn anything about Argento necessarily, to be honest. He's a very mysterious figure, but worth a watch. And I saw Hard Eyes last night. Diggum, why are you so aggressive towards Hard Eyes?
What do you mean? I'm not aggressive towards it.
This guy's so aggressive. I was like, are you going to see Hard Eyes, Diggum? He's like, hell no. Fuck that. Fuck that gay shit.
Was I drunk?
Yeah, it was at the stream we were hanging out.
Oh yeah, no, I was very drunk that day. In fact, I think we watched Burial Ground, right? Or what did we watch? Yeah, we watched
Burial Ground.
And then I had a screening of Project A afterward in the Film Drunk server, and I blacked out in the middle of it. So that's how gone I was at that point. But yeah, I don't know. I just have no interest in Hard Eyes or whatever. Like it just doesn't look like it's for me at all. So.
People are coming out hard against it. What do I say, folks? I liked it. I liked Hard Eyes. It was fun. It's lean and mean. It goes by quick. Before you know it, that fucking movie's over. It keeps you guessing. There's some twists, some turns, and I don't know. It was made by the guy who, do you guys know College Humor?
Yes.
Yeah, we all watched College Humor back in the day, those POV videos, being like, I'm in the bathroom jerking off, and my mom's trying to break in, POV. So I guess one of the guys who was on that directed this movie. And I don't know, I thought it was like a love letter to fucking like slasher movies. Clearly you've seen them. I got in an argument with one of our Discord friends about this movie because I'm just like, what the fuck are you talking about? But go see it, man. Hard Eyes. Go see that in Companion. I want to see Companion too. I haven't seen it yet. I did see Heretic. Fuck Heretic.
Yeah, I haven't seen Heretic. I am seeing The Monkey on Monday. So if I'm pre-watching at a 4-star. So
yeah, at least. Yeah, I'm interested in that. No one agrees with me, but that guy looks like James Franco. Every time I see that trailer, I'm like, oh, James, you're back with us.
A little bit. I guess a little bit.
All right, let's cut to the chase, folks. We watched a movie this week. We'll just mention up top where this is our ongoing series with God chosen director Harmony Korine. It has been a few weeks since we've talked about Harmony Korine. We have already talked about Kids, which he wrote. We watched his directorial debut, Gummo, and we watched Julian Donkey Boy. Now, after Julian Donkey Boy, Harmony Korine fucked off, went to like international countries and did a bunch of drugs for many years.
Yeah.
And now we're back, just like Harmony Korine coming back and directing 2007's Mr. Lonely.
How long have you been Michael?
No, I guess I was born this way. So how long have you been Marilyn?
Since I first got my boobs.
Where do you live?
A place where everyone is famous. A place that we created and built ourselves. And we're building a great stage. And we're going to put a show on every night. Do you want to come? My husband lives as Charlie Chaplin. I have a daughter as well. She lives as Shirley Temple. I found a Michael!
Hello, I'm the Queen.
I'm Madonna.
I'm Sammy Davis Jr.
We are but humble impersonators, regular people like you. And
Without you, we would be nothing.
You're the reason why I'm here. You make this place beautiful.
There are miracles. There are miracles to happen to everybody. If you are pure enough, you will fly.
If we left here alone with nothing, but a little faith can take us a long way.
Michael, does anything ever really change?
I don't know.
You must stay strong, Michael. Keep searching.
They're all chasing a great dream. They're all looking for answers. What they don't realize is that they have found it already. They have found it in one another.
Mr. Lonely is a 2007 comedy drama film directed by Harmony Korine and co-written with his brother, A.V. Korine. I don't know anything about A.V. Korine. Actually, I don't know anything about this movie. So I hope our guests will hopefully enlighten us with some details from the illustrious Blu-ray. But we'll just say up front, Harmony Korine. Diggum, you haven't been on an episode with us talking about Harmony Korine yet.
That's true.
What's your history with Harmony Korine?
So, it just basically starts probably where I would guess a lot of people began, which is, Spring Breakers as the first film that they saw. At least I assume that's probably for like a lot of people my age, the first one that they saw, unless you were some like uber insane indie film nerd. And yeah, just being, just feeling like I got it when the people around me were like not getting it in terms of just like the images and the dialogue and understanding what he was doing and understanding that he was doing these things in an intentional way to kind of off-put people. And yeah, I've enjoyed him ever since, basically. The unfortunate thing is it's been hard to access a lot of his stuff until pretty recently. Like, I was waiting for Gummo to get its Criterion release until I would finally watch it. So like, it's like stuff like that where it was difficult for me to track down, but then I eventually got to see Trash Humpers in the theater, which was absolutely incrable.
Sick.
It was a double feature with Boarding House, by the way, which was even more insane. At the New Beverly, of course, Quentin Tarantino's theater.
Wow.
And yeah, just Spring Breakers was kind of the beginning, the apex of, Korine for me. So.
Yeah, I'll agree with that. I mean, that's my first movie I saw. Like, this is 2012, 2013 probably, when it came to wide theatrical release.
Yeah.
I just bought a ticket because I was like, I don't know, it's a weird, all these Disney girls are in this movie and it's going to be like a weird crime drama or something. So I went to go see it and it opens, it has Skrillex, fucking dubstep, tits bouncing. It's like, what is this? And then it just devolves into this weird, art film, essentially. It's very poetic, right? It's not like I showed the trailer for Spring Breakers to my girlfriend last night, and I was like, "It's like the movie's nothing like this." It's actually like there's a lot of slow, montage scenes and people like talking poetically and being like, "Look at my shit." So I don't know. I'll just say right now, I'm really excited to get to Spring Breakers. We're rolling this train to Baby Invasion, but eventually we'll get to Spring Breakers.
Yeah,
I think it'll be really interesting to revisit having seen all of his prior films, because like I had no reference point when I watched that movie. So I'll agree I got it. Like, I feel like I got something from it. Could I tell you what I got from it right now? No, I haven't seen it in years, but yeah, Spring Breakers. And I assume, Adam, that was your introduction to Korine, right? Like, you're just as green as I am here.
Yeah, that was you showed me that movie. And very similarly, I didn't want to see it. I was like, I don't want to watch this party movie called Spring Breakers. But thankfully you had me watch it, because I was like, this is fucking weird. And and I had never even heard of this before, clearly. And sorry, go ahead.
Mr. Lonely, yeah. This is like obscure. Now, which label put this one out, Diggum?
Oh, it was we see IFC Films.
Oh, okay, that makes sense. So when they onboarded IFC, this was like one of their first titles.
Yes.
This is obscure for Harmony Korine. No one talks about Mr. Lonely. And after having watched this, I'm like, damn, why wasn't this put out by like Criterion? I don't know.
It's very interesting because even he's very a niche director, right? Like it's not like he's not on the tip of everybody's tongue. But even for somebody like that, this is one that people do not talk about at all. So it's like really interesting.
All I've heard is, you see the cover and you're like, okay, Michael Jackson. And then you read about it and you're like, okay, Michael Jackson impersonator. And that's it. That's as far as you'll get. Like, I'm sure there's other podcasts who have talked about this movie, but like, this is going to be us covering a movie that is underseen and I would probably say underrated. But let's jump into it. We got a Michael Jackson impersonator, played by Diego Luna. Luna, folks.
Andor himself.
I was gonna say he's in this. We got a couple Star Wars alumni in here. We got Werner Herzog as well. He was in Mandalorian.
Yeah, I always forget that he's in Mandalorian, and then it just ends up being like I'm like, oh yeah, he was in that.
I've not seen Mandalorian. I just remember he was in it. I don't know why, but I need to start sampling clips of him from Mandalorian in the show. So he gets sued by Disney. I've seen Diego Luna in Y Tu Mama También. I don't know how to say that name, but I've seen that movie with him and Gael Garcia Bernal, where they have sex with a middle-aged Mexican woman. Changed my life at a young age. So I've seen him before. It's just interesting. Yeah, so there's this movie with Diego Luna, directed by Harmony Korine, about a Michael Jackson impersonator. You'd think this would be talked about, and Werner Herzog is in it. You messaged me yesterday, and you're like, "Oh, Werner Herzog cameo or whatever," and I was like, "Huh?" So I didn't even know that at all until you sent me that, and then I watched the movie. I was like, "Oh, yeah, wow!"
I had read the description when I got the Blu-ray, obviously, and I remember now that he was in it. But then, when he showed up, I was like, "Oh shit, Herzog."
He's great. I mean, you haven't seen Julian Donkey Boy. Recommend it. Hopefully, that gets a Criterion release. But he's amazing in that, and he's like a main character.
Awesome, I love that.
So it makes sense he's in this. I did want to bring up Samantha Morton, which I would just bring up. I think we all have history of Synecdoche, New York, right?
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
Great movie. She's from that. And I was like, oh, it's Hazel.
There's a lot of people in this movie that have that effect where I'm like, I have seen this person in something before. And then I look it up and I'm like, oh, it's this weird, obscure, strange movie that they're in somehow. Like the guy who plays Lincoln, I remember I'd be on I know that I've seen him somewhere.
Okay, I probably, maybe he's a Lincoln impersonator. I haven't. Dennis Levant, which he's in very French actor. He's in Beau Travail, which if you've seen the ending of that movie, it's iconic. He dances to Rhythm of the Night. Amazing, but yeah, it's got tons of amazing actors in this movie. I don't know anyone else though.
Well, if I could just jump in real quick, the actor for your the James Dean impersonator, Dan, he's your favorite show, The Vampire Diaries. He's like a main villain on that show, and I was like, he pops up, and my wife was half watching the movie, and she was like, "What the fuck?" And I was like, "What? Oh my god, it's him!" From this teeny bopper fucking show. So this movie has a lot of fucking that guy type
yes.
I thought everyone was great too, even the people I didn't know, like Buckwheat, the little black child. I was like, this guy's awesome.
Yeah. You also failed to mention Samantha Morton of John Carter fame, by the way.
I haven't seen John Carter. Has anyone talked about John Carter since 2012?
I did on a podcast when it first came out. Probably haven't said the word John Carter since.
I haven't seen it. I remember seeing that trailer in every movie for a year.
Yeah.
John Carter's coming soon. Yeah. All right. I don't know anyone else. The Pope was great. The guy, I love when they all stop and they're like, the Pope is stinky. Pope is stinky.
Yeah. I basically took a video of that and just posted it in random Discord servers to confuse people because it was hilarious.
Only Harmony Korine would do this shit. I don't know anyone else who would randomly just break into that out of nowhere.
Yeah.
So movie is Diego Luna is playing a character called Michael Jackson. Everyone's just playing a character in this fucking movie. And he's in Paris. He doesn't speak the language, really, I think is my understanding. And he just does Michael Jackson impersonations, and he like shakes a little bucket, and he's like, if you like it, give me money. He's like, ha ha, woo, like he does all like the ridiculous like gesticulations, everything. Like I love Michael Jackson's music. I really recently got into Thriller, so I get the appeal, but it is like such a strange character. It is such a strange like impersonation to do just in random in public. Like you do this on the Walk of Fame in like California, right, or whatever.
Yeah. It is strange to be like in the middle of Paris. I mean, I guess French people probably like Michael Jackson, but like it's just really just an odd spot to be. I get the feeling there's not a lot of celebrity impersonators walking around Paris, so it's really strange.
And he has an agent, and his agent's like, "Yo, you're the best Michael Jackson impersonator ever. I say that to everybody." And he gets him a gig at like a nursing home or something like that, and that's where he meets. I think it's just Marilyn Monroe.
Yes.
He meets played by our Samantha Morton, and she basically invites him to like a commune, and this commune is like a place with a bunch of other people who do impersonations. Mm-hmm. And we meet our cast of characters when he goes, because it's all. I was watching this movie, and all of a sudden I was 40 minutes in, and I was like, "Holy shit, nothing has happened yet."
Yeah. I don't want to skip over this nursing home scene. That was absolutely one of my favorite parts of the whole movie.
Go ahead,
because it just was like this insane thing of like, you know, he's first of all dancing to that song that obviously they're not Michael Jackson songs because those would be exorbitantly expensive. But and then he stops dancing, and then he's like just saying all these weird things in the microphone and getting the people to clap and getting them to he and hoo with him. And I just was like entranced. It was like one of those like almost like Lynchian like repetitious moments that you're just like locked in on. And it just is like the same thing is happening. He's going, "You don't have to die. I don't want you to die. I don't want you to die. Just because you're old doesn't mean you have to die." And I was just like, this is absolutely incredible. Like it was amazing. Like, which is a very Michael Jackson thing, right? Which I thought was interesting, is that he's to be like, "We'll be children forever," because he's like, "What age do you want to be? 8, 9? We can be kids forever. We don't have to die." Like very like Neverland type of thing, which I thought was interesting. And like my absolute favorite part is when he puts the hat on the old man. The old man goes, "Oh!" when he puts the hat on his head. It is incredible, and it's just I watch something like that, and I think with this room full of elderly people, what is Korine's direction to them in terms of like what to do? Like, what is he like saying to them? Like, okay, like this guy's gonna do this, and then I want you guys to act like this, or like, because there's the guy in the head hitting his head with a hammer in the corner of the room and stuff like that, and like I don't know, it just was very interesting scene, especially after having listened to the commentary and kind of getting Jay Chio asking these great questions about what makes a good impersonator and whatnot. It was just very interesting both times I watched it.
I'm going to be honest with you. I didn't lock into this movie until we got to the troop. We got to the countryside villa. I did not lock in. So like I didn't catch any of this. I don't know how this is possible.
Really?
This is insane. Like I'm like, I need to just throw, because I threw this on like the opening, because I we didn't even talk about it, but the very opening set to Mr. Lonely and him like cruising on this tiny motorcycle. I was entranced by that, and then I don't know what happened. I didn't lock in till later. That's crazy. That's awesome. I don't know.
him telling these people they don't have to die over and over again. And he says it for like a full minute, probably. He's like, you're not going to die and you're not going to die. Like, it's crazy, but it's awesome.
Yeah, no, and then that ties into like the themes of this movie and things we get into later.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, this guy's a very interesting director. That's all I'll say. Like every time I watch one of these guys' movies, I'm just like, I'll be underwhelmed by this one. It's not going to be as good as the last one. And it's always like amazing, and I'm always blown away by it. So, yeah, there's stuff like that in all of his movies that are just like, in other directors, you wouldn't even have that. You wouldn't have someone putting something together like that at the beginning of the movie, and it wouldn't be such a small part. It'd be like the whole movie would be based around this scene. Mm-hmm. Anyway, Marilyn Monroe impersonator. We meet our cast characters once he joins them. We have Charlie Chaplin, played by Dennis Levant, who Marilyn Monroe later says reminds her more of Adolf Hitler.
Yes.
Which, I don't know, is Charlie Chaplin German?
No.
Okay.
No, he's, I think, isn't he Jewish?
Yeah, well, he was originally from England, right?
I'm going to click this hyperlink here.
Please.
He's an English
English
comic actor, filmmaker.
Do you know why I know that? Have you ever seen the movie Shanghai Nights with Owen Wilson and Jackie Chan?
Look, not since it was on TV, probably a long. They
have a kid in there that plays Charlie Chaplin before he goes to America.
Oh, okay.
That's the only reason. It's the only reason I know that.
I don't know shit. I need to get on my Charlie. We need to be reviewing Charlie Chaplin movies, apparently. And then we got her daughter, Shirley Temple. So her daughter lives as Shirley Temple, and Michael's like, "Oh, she does this too." It's just such a weird, like, weird concept.
I thought the phrasing "lives as" was very interesting, as opposed to like performs as or impersonates. They like live. Saying "live as" this person is a completely different thing, you know.
Yeah, like is that not what he's doing prior to meeting this troop of people? Is he going home and he's being himself?
Yeah, that's the thing, is I don't get the impression that it's like it's almost like these other impersonators exist of some kind, of like these people that are actually impersonating somebody, and then they go home and take off their uniform and just be normal. But it's like these people are like living as 24/7, which I thought was interesting. And I'll talk a little bit more about that later, because I can't help but look at queer analysis of these things. But yeah.
We have the Pope, which I assume is Pope Benedict at the time. That like fucking Nazi-ass Pope.
Yeah, that probably would have been him, right?
I assume that would have been the time period. It would have been before he fucking died. Or right when he died. You have Queen Elizabeth II. You have Madonna. You have James Dean. I will say again, James Dean, great little impersonator. That guy was a handsome man. Good at casting. And it says other impersonators, but we got Buckwheat. Who else we got? We got Little Red Riding Hood.
The weirdest pick,
Sammy Davis Jr.
Because I was like, how do you impersonate Little Red Riding Hood? Like, that's just a character in a story. It's not like a person that existed that you're picking the mannerisms up of, or had like an actual personality that you're imitating.
Yeah, and I thought she was like a teenager at first, but I think she's an adult. I'm really not sure. They're very accepting. That's the point.
Yes. Well, it is Harmony Korine's wife.
Oh, it is. Wasn't it?
It's Rachel Korine. Because at first I thought, when she was singing, I thought it was the girl from The Master who sings at first. And I was like, is that girl? Because they had like a very similar voice, but it's not.
Wow. Okay. Yeah, she pops up in Spring Breakers later. Okay. That's why I know her. I was like, I've seen her face before.
Yeah.
Okay. They have a bunch of sheep, some black sheep, livestock, which are pretty cute. And they just all live peacefully together, staying in character and uplifting everybody. You know, it's a nice environment where everyone's cool. I mean, you do have the weird three love triangle that starts immediately popping up between Michael Jackson, Charlie Chaplin, and Marilyn Monroe. And Charlie Chaplin's a fucking psychopath, and he's like, "If I smell you, will I smell him?"
Oh yeah, that was insane.
It's he's a crazy man who's also like cheating on her with like Madonna, I guess. I don't know. And I guess he's abusive. There are signs that Charlie Chaplin is abusive. This movie's pretty like, I'm trying to even think about like what really happens, like, because really they're just chilling, and then the bad thing that happens immediately is they're like, oh, one of the sheep is sick.
Yes. Which you mentioned they were black sheep, which obviously has some sort of interesting implication and imagery that these people that are, sort of probably considered strange by society and are out there and living on their own in this commune have black sheep,
Yeah, no, exactly. Yeah, I didn't think about that till now, but that totally makes sense. And one of them is sick, and they have these guys in hazmat suits come out to look at them, to test them, take their blood. And I love the like weird monologue that the Pope's going on while this is all happening. He's just like shouting, he's like, might as well be in astronauts suits or whatever. And I don't know. There's so many. I'll say like up front, I guess. So like, there's different eras of Harmony Korine. You have his early stuff, which I say ends with Julian Donkey Boy. You have this movie, and then probably everything that comes after it. I would say this movie is in its own lane. This feels like a very genuine movie. I don't want to say like his movies that come after this are going to be any less genuine or any less like real. But I feel like with this movie, it's very like, I don't want to, what is the word? Not genuine. I keep using, there's another word I want to use. Sincere. This is a very sincere ass movie where like, he's just talking about these very heady themes about like death, life, and all these things I don't necessarily expect him to come out and have monologues about. His movies are very much moving images for the most point up to this. You do have poetic dialogue, but this movie very much is just like, he's wearing his heart on his sleeve with all this stuff, and it kind of breaks my heart, we'll get into it, that it did so poorly. But everything that comes after this feels a lot more cold and detached. Yeah, and with this movie, I feel like he's literally giving me a hug, Yeah,
it's a lot more emotional and tender in a lot of ways than like the other stuff of his that I've seen, and that's what I think is most interesting about it.
Yeah, I just like simply wrote down, and this film is endearing. Like I really was like, oh wow, I'm feeling the characters of this film. It's not like cynicism or what you were saying, Dan.
Yes, yeah.
They should like, this would kill an A24 release today, I think. Just re-release this in theaters.
Yeah, if A24 put this out today, there'd be like a tons of Mr. Lonely merch, and fucking like everybody would be like, Diego Luna would be up for an Oscar, and
I think so. I just think this came out at a weird time, like 2007. Like this came out like during the bling era of hip hop. Like I don't know.
I mean, it came out the same year as There Will Be Blood and No Country for Old Men. So
yeah, I mean that's true. There were good movies. There was good art at the time, but I feel like the culture just wasn't ready for it. You know what I mean? Like,
no, definitely not.
I'm not gonna watch this movie and be like, "Oh yeah, cool. Let's go invade Iraq again." So the idea is, there's a sick sheep, and I guess that's probably plays into the themes of this whole movie, because the thing is they come back and they're like, all right, they're sick. He's like, oh, we got to kill all of them, even the ones that aren't sick. He's like, no, we'll do it. You don't have, you won't come. It's not right. We have to do this. It's our duty. And so they have this dinner where they kind of eulogize the sheep, talk about them, give toast to them, to our sheep. In that scene, you have Charlie Chaplin like feeling up Madonna's leg, and Diego Luna's just like, oh no. And the next day they go out. I think it's like comedic that they have the fucking we haven't mentioned the Three Stooges are the other impersonators.
Yes.
I think it's like oddly comedic that they have the fucking Three Stooges go out there somberly to kill all the sheep.
Yeah, and it's shot very, very like in a way that is like, I think it's shot pretty impactfully in terms of like having them do it. It is funny, obviously, because it's just the absurdity of the Three Stooges with shotguns. It seems like they could maybe come up with a better way to kill all of them than just like gunning them all down.
I know from afar too. I was like, yeah. This can't be painless.
It's like shot in like a really like emotionally effective way. Like but it's also like has this weird comedic tone because of just the absurdity of who's doing it.
I was blown away, but I was like, what the fuck? But yeah, it was effective. It was sad. I was like, I don't know. That'd be sad if you had a bunch of livestock you had to fucking kill because they got sick.
Yeah.
And there's stuff he talks about. Like, I think about this stuff all the time. Like, I have to kill a bug, and I'm just like, I don't like killing bugs. I was talking to my girlfriend about this last night. I was like, I'm not a killer. I don't like killing things. Like, he has no choice. He's a bug. I don't like killing nothing.
Yeah.
And so, like, in this movie, for example, they talk about the sheep, and he's just like, a sheep can't choose to do what a human does. It just, I don't know. There's so many elements of this movie that I just think about stuff in my daily life that I'm like, oh man, Harmony Korine, we've had the same thoughts. Yeah, very sad scene. Very sad scene. The big thing in the movie is they're gonna build a stage and they're gonna do a performance, and I feel like it's very meta, right? So throughout this movie, I was just thinking about this movie was a commercial failure. Basically, I think if we have the numbers in front of me, budget was $8.2 million and it made a whopping $393,000.
Yeah, that's
that's worse than Nicholas Winding Refn. Yeah. So it was a commercial flop, and I'm watching this movie, and they're talking about doing this performance. Everyone's really excited about putting this performance on for these people, and they're like, "Will people come?" It's like, "Of course, people will come." They did do the performance. I don't know if you guys want to talk about the performances. If there's anything like super interesting in it.
I was kind of like, I don't know. It just was very strange, as a lot of the film is. I just was. A little locked in the moment to just taking in the images, because it felt like it was like one of those moments where it's like that moving image kind of Korine thing where it just is, you just have to take it all in,
just let it wash over you. Isn't that right, Adam?
Amen, brother.
And they do this performance. I love the shot they have of the reverse to the audience after they do their like bows and stuff, like, oh, this is awesome. And I love the backdrop, by the way, of the black sheep with the angel wings.
Yes, in memoriam.
And that's that audience side. That's what we were expecting, right? When the camera turned around.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
The greatest show on earth. Like,
yeah, there's that thing of like, even though the film is very like kind of optimistic in a lot of ways and has like a lot of hopeful stuff going on, it just is like, yeah, eventually it's just got to be, we know where this is going, right? Like there's not going to be, 3,000 people there or whatever, No,
it was like, I don't know, like 8 people. And everyone looked extremely bored. Like,
yes.
Fuck. Even the kids were like, this sucks. So yeah, they're devastated. But you go ahead. You go ahead, buddy.
You go ahead. I'll go ahead. I'm a sucker for like certain images, and like, yeah, like there's a shot where the camera's facing the crowd and like a spotlight comes on, and like I don't know, like I swear to God, it looks like a movie theater for an instant, and I'm like, is this us watching the movie? There's only 7 of us out here watching it. This underappreciated movie. How did he know it'd be underappreciated?
That is an interesting element, for sure. That's exactly what I was thinking about watching it. Is I'm just like, this is, Harmony Korine being like, I'm putting everything out there. I'm putting my heart on this movie. I'm signing my name, and I'm going to be really open, and I'm going to put this out to everybody, and everyone's going to hate it. He knew this was going to happen.
It is interesting. I'm looking at it now. The spotlight does almost look like a film projector of some kind. The way it's placed, like right in the center of the audience behind them on like a stand, it almost looks like it could be like a film projector.
Exactly. Yeah, I didn't catch that. Like, I was just thinking like, oh, is it the doors opening? But like you bringing that up, that's exactly what it is. Yeah, Yeah, that's it's interesting. I mean, that's what I was thinking the whole time is just like, hey, Harmony Korine knows this is going to be probably a failure, and it's just coming to terms with that while making the movie. That's a very interesting concept. And they're celebrating, because they're like, hey, that's show business, folks. And I want to say, it's just like this podcast. That's show business, folks. We don't have a lot of listeners. Maybe one day we will, but we just keep plugging away. That's show business.
Plugging away to our one fan in Israel.
Yeah.
This is for you,
Israeli
bud.
handler.
L'chaim. I don't know if that's...
Uh-oh. Go ahead.
I think it's interesting that the speech afterward, the Queen's speech, is that she basically, in the speech, she's saying, like, the reason we do this is for the love of doing this, right? Is for the, trying to bring you entertainment, trying to bring you happiness in some way. And I think that's interesting, basically directly after the reveal of how small the audience ended up being. I think that's very interesting tag to that.
I thought it was beautiful because right after that, I'm in a good mood, Yeah. I'm like, no, everything's all good.
Yeah. Yeah, everything is good, right?
You think so. They get into a celebratory mood. They're kind of running. It's like, Red Dead Redemption 2 or whatever, when they're all celebrating out in the darkness, running around, whoa, woo, we're drunk. And then they come across in the distance, they illuminate someone hanging from the tree, and it comes into view. Marilyn Monroe had hanged herself on a tree. Before we go too much further, we haven't covered Marilyn Monroe's character too much. Her character kind of touched me in a lot of ways, because there's several points in the movie where it's clearly she's like unhappy. She's in this unhappy relationship, and she can't do anything about it. She's like paralyzed to do anything about her circumstances. You have the scene earlier on where she's sunbathing and with Charlie Chaplin. She's like, please don't let me fall asleep. I don't want to burn. Yeah. And he just immediately leaves and sneaks away and to go like fondle Madonna's knees or whatever. And she burns. She wakes up later, comes in. She's like, why'd you leave me? Why'd you leave me out here? And I just thought it was so touching and like effective where it's just like, yeah, dude, why are you such a fucking asshole, dude? And it's just sad, and then you have these scenes where she's talking to Michael Jackson. Clearly Michael's in love with her this whole fucking movie. And he's also paralyzed. He can't do anything about his feelings. And, that's all, there's a scene where she comes up to him and is like, I'm sorry I'm so weak. And, in this moment, I'm brought back to that scene where she's like, I'm sorry I'm so weak. She hanged herself. She couldn't deal with life and reality. Obviously, we're dealing with a bunch of not mentally well impersonators. And it's just really shocking. You have probably 3-minute scene of just Charlie Chaplin be like, no. It was really sad. It was shocking. I was not expecting it, but I guess I should have. That fucking actress is just constantly in a tragic position.
Yeah. No, it's really emotionally effective, especially just coming right after the scene of them walking through the forest, singing Cheek to Cheek, and making the best of their situation, and then just coming across that it's heartbreaking.
And that's it, man. Like, Michael's done. I guess so, right? Like, that's the reason you're there was your friend Marilyn Monroe. So you're just like, I'm fucking done with this, and you leave.
Yeah, I would have liked to have seen everybody else's kind of reaction to that, if everybody else is also similarly kind of like finished doing what they're doing,
Yeah, I agree. We kind of get some shots of them later, but a much more surreal environment.
Yes.
Before we move further, there's a lot in this movie, and we're skipping over stuff. We've completely skipped over the nun subplot with Werner Herzog, so let's stop and talk about this for a moment. Early on in the movie, Werner Herzog is packing a plane full of supplies. He's going to airdrop to some group of people, and he's talking to this guy, this black dude.
Yes.
And he's like, hey, it's just this weird long conversation about how this guy wants to fly the plane. He's like, no, you can't fly the plane. We got to drop off this food. I'm not going to let you fly the plane. And then they get into this bizarre conversation about how he's a sinner. He's been cheating on his wife with 5 other women. She left him with his kids, and he's really affected by this. He's like, it's just only the way Harmony Korine could and Werner Herzog would be a part of. It's so weird.
It's the best scene in the movie, I think.
It's really good.
It's my favorite scene in the whole thing. It is like so. There's just a lot going on, and Jade Shield mentions this in the commentary. I don't know how much of this is scripted and how much of this is just real. You know, it's walking that line because the guy is clearly a non-actor, right? Like he's not a professional actor. So like that's why it's like so interesting that the emotional gamut this conversation goes through and where it ends up is extraordinary. It's insane.
It ends with him crying and being like, I'm going to turn my life around. He's like, if I see your wife, I'm going to let her know that you're not a sinner anymore and you're changing your life. You're a different man.
Yeah.
It's touching.
The real
beautiful.
crying is where I was like, holy shit, what's going on here? This is actually crazy. Like he's actually crying. And I'm like, obviously I have no idea who this guy is, but I'm getting the impression that he's a non-actor.
Yeah.
And for him to be able to just get into that place and cry is insane.
It's why his movies are so interesting is he uses a lot of non-actors. Those people in the nursing home, those are 100% non-actors.
Yes. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
And it gives your movie a certain realness I really like. And it offsets a lot of there are big name actors in this movie. And I think it gives it a nice balance.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah,
Werner Herzog in that scene.
this scene, that scene in particular, I will just not stop thinking about because it was really the standout part of the movie for me.
It's a beautiful scene. It's a beautiful movie. And his subplot here is amazing because they drop off supplies. Like, hurry, drop them, quick, drop the supplies, faster.
Yeah, the rice first, the rice.
He's like, they're hungry.
Yeah, I love when he goes, drop it quickly, they are hungry.
And then, in this hurry, this rush state, one of the nuns accidentally falls out of the plane, which I was thinking about as it was happening. I was like, this is so rushed, man. Like, what if one of them falls out? One of them fucking does.
Yes.
I don't know how they shoot this scene. I don't know how you do this, but it looks amazing. Like, this nun falling through the sky.
I had read that they actually shot it with real skydiving nuns in Spain. Is what it says.
Jesus.
Whether
I believe
how
it
true
real.
or not that is, I have no idea. But
real.
I thought they were just skydivers in nun outfits. But it says Korine worked with real skydiving nuns from Spain. So.
Hell yeah. I love the subplot because, basically she falls out and you're like, oh, damn, this bitch is about to eat shit and evaporate as soon as she hits the ground. She's fine. And in the air, she's praying. She's like, please, God, please, no. And she survives. It's a miracle. And so they try to repeat this miracle. And she gives these lectures to other nuns and is like, God wants you to do this. He wants nuns flying in the sky.
Yeah, well, yeah, there's so listening to the commentary, he had read a quote from Harmony Korine and basically the inspiration for the film. And it was the nun section actually was the inspiration for the whole film because he basically talked about, when he was addicted to heroin in this period, he was coming out of that. And he said, one day I started to dream of nuns. I began to imagine nuns dancing in the sky and riding on bicycles in the clouds. I knew the nuns were testing their faith. On one occasion, 3 of my teeth fell into a sandwich that I was eating. It felt like the right time to care again.
He just lives a poetic life. I don't know how he does it. He's just walking around being like, he sees the poetry in real life. It's interesting.
Yeah.
And yeah, if my teeth fell out of my sandwich, I would also be like, damn, I should probably change my life unless I want to die.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's beautiful. I think the imagery is amazing. I think that's why I think this movie is so sincere, and he's wearing his heart on his sleeve. Is this movie feels very spiritual. The most spiritual I've ever seen him come to, and that makes sense after coming out of like a drug spell where he's like fucked up on heroin for several years. I love the nun on the bike. That's great.
Yeah, I was like, this is crazy.
And they just keep doing it, and they're going to go to the Vatican. We'll kind of continue this in a minute, but they're going to go to the Vatican, and Werner Herzog's really excited. He wants to drink beer with the Pope. And they board a plane. And, we go back to, back to the regular plot here with Diego Luna as Michael Jackson. He goes back to France. He shares a drink with some pals on the bus or whatever. Just very somber, and he goes back to his apartment. He's got these eggs where he's drawn the faces of the various impersonators on.
Yeah.
And, he imagines that they're all there. Like their faces appear literally on these eggs. And I don't know, they start singing a song, right?
Yeah, yeah. What I thought was interesting was that the way the eggs were like painted, I thought this was like a funny detail, was that if they were in black and white movies, they were painted in black and white. Like Charlie Chaplin, the Three Stooges, and I think Shirley Temple were all painted in black and white on the eggs, which I thought was hilarious and weird. Like just a weird detail.
Yeah, I think James Dean was in black and white too.
Yes,
and I was like,
James Dean was in black and white as well. Yes.
I was like, was his movies in black and white? I guess so. They go through all the eggs. They're singing the song. We get to the end, and you see Marilyn Monroe at the end. He has this dialogue with her, and he's just like, "Why'd you have to die? Why'd you give up?" She's like, "It was just too tough." And he's like, "Why'd you give up?" She's like, "It was just my destiny. We're on different paths." And it was really just touching to me. I don't know really how to discuss this scene, but a lot of this movie is just thinking about contemplating death and how you're gonna have to die.
Mm-hmm.
And that scene's part of it, and just like the humanity of like I've never known, like I've known people who have died. I've known like people I went to high school with who like killed themselves or whatever after. But I was never close to them. I wasn't talking to them at the time. I wasn't their close friend. So I've never had any close people next to me like kill themselves.
Yeah.
But I imagine you'd struggle with these same questions. And I imagine, Harmony Korine going through this horrible drug spell for however many years, probably lost some friends.
Yeah, or at least was, lost, people close to him, or he had met through this sort of drug journey or whatever, like it happens. Like, I've also had people like that I, were very close to me that were in similar situations that I lost, so it's like, yeah, it definitely elicits that kind of feeling.
Makes you think about your own life, people you know.
Yes.
That's what I like about Harmony Korine's movies. It's very, very personal. Like you would think, if you just watch like Aggro Drift and Spring Breakers, you would think he's just this really detached, cold, like unemotional person. But he's got the shit. These early movies all have this stuff where you're just like, I've never seen someone talk about humanity in this way, candidly.
Yeah, well, what's interesting is I think too, as like a person, like as a public persona, I think he also puts out this very cold kind of vibe, or like cold, like cynical kind of vibe. But like, I think watching his stuff, there is like a lot of cynicism and a lot of coldness to what he's doing, but it's also, there's a lot of like genuine beauty and excitement and, love and emotion in like a lot of what he's doing,
It's beautiful. This is my one word coming from this movie. It's like, wow, it's a beautiful movie.
Yeah.
Wasn't expecting that from a Michael Jackson impersonator film. And then we discover, basically Michael then decides, hey, I'm going to be myself. That's my destiny. I'm going to be myself. I'm not going to be an impersonator anymore. because the whole reason he's doing this is he's uncomfortable with himself, right? You have the dialogue at the beginning where he's just like, I never felt right as myself. I always wanted to be someone else. I felt more comfortable being someone else. And at the end of this movie, after all these trials and tribulations, losing it, Marilyn Monroe, he's ready to be himself. And he goes to his agent, and his agent's like, "You're crazy. I'll never support this decision, you dumb bitch." He's like, "I have to do it." and that's really like the movie. He goes to like a like a block party kind of thing. And he just sees all the people partying, and he's like, everyone's looking for meaning, but they've already found it. Yeah, you're right. It's a nice way to end the film. And then you have this like Korine is a visual storyteller, so I saw this coming. But you have the shot of some guy like pulling like a plane, like a model airplane. It's kind of like how he's doing with the motorcycle and the little stuffed animal in the back at the beginning. But this model plane that's flying, and then it cuts to all these bodies in the water and shit. And you're like, wait, who's dead? I was like, is this all the impersonators? And it's revealed it's all the nuns. All the nuns died in the plane crash to the Vatican.
Yes, they could not fly, actually.
I thought it was just ironic that like they could literally fall out of the plane and be fine, but like the plane had a mechanical failure or some shit probably, and like, they can't survive a plane crash.
Yeah, that's true.
Also reminded me of modern day where there's just planes falling out of the sky and shit.
Yeah, I mean, how timely, right? News-wise, like there's just plane crashes happening every day now. So
he saw this coming. And I don't know. I think this is Harmony Korine's most overtly spiritual film. I think this is him literally like tackling.
Elaborate on that.
No.
I do think it.
That's the answer I was looking for. It was no.
Yeah. I think this is a movie with him like really struggling with those ideas, and I think that makes sense. I don't know. Yeah, really, really interesting movie. Beautiful movie. Do you guys have anything we haven't talked about in the plot?
It's a really difficult movie to talk about in terms of plot A to B, to be honest, because it is just a moving picture with emotion, right?
Yeah. I mean, I was surprised we got that. It's pretty simple. It still took us an hour to talk about it.
Yeah, that's true.
And there's not even much trivia, to be honest. In an interview with newspaper in his hometown, Nashville, Tennessee, Korine stated he made several trips to Iceland to scout locations for the film. He ended up ditching the idea altogether and shooting the film in Scotland and France. The lady who played Madonna designed her own costume. This is Rachel Korine's debut. That's it. That's all the trivia. No one's seen this movie. If you go to Letterboxd, it's been seen by 137 people.
That can't be right.
That can't be right. No, that's 137 fans. I don't know what fans are.
Okay. Yeah,
20,000 people have viewed it.
Yeah.
So four times more people than the small Canadian movie we watched a few weeks ago. So that's crazy. Not many people have seen this. I think they should. I think this is worth watching for sure. Adam, it's time for you to talk, buddy. What did you think about this movie, and what would you assign it out of 5 stars or whatever fucking rating system you want to do? I don't care anymore.
I don't effing care about rating systems. I ain't got no rating systems. There was a car driving by.
It's a guy in a mower.
I was like, oh God, the world's ending.
You go ahead.
This movie, like I said, I thought it was a very endearing film. I'm glad we all kind of came to this like, wow, this is like a spiritual film. Like it's not like at first, of course, you know me, Dan, I'm going to be a little bored when there's not, there's no killing. There's no guns. That was my big problem with Wicked, is that there was no guns. I was like, come on, like let's have a shootout. But I thought that, in comparison, this movie with no guns, fucking awesome. Like the tension that it created was emotional. It was like made you sad at times. It made me question like my own, like whether I hate myself and, do I engage in impersonation? And in a way I do. I'm on here recording into a mic, which is absolutely, no one's doing it genuinely and honestly. Am I right? Rating system for this movie, it's getting 2 thumbs up for me. Like I was never bored during this movie, and I would recommend it to people. I would even watch it again. Like there's I love the little graphics you get every now and then. It's really nice, kind of like the chapter breaks. So yeah, 2 thumbs way up.
Yay, Diggum. What's up, man? What are you gonna give this movie out of whatever rating system you want? Did you like it? Would you rewatch it? What do you have to say about this movie?
I loved it. I thought it was fantastic. Like I said, just beautiful, emotional, moving images, interesting moments. The Pope stinks, all kinds of great stuff. It's gonna stay in the collection. I will rewatch it. I will force other people to watch it. Actually, this is like something I would screen for the younger folks on my Twitch stream because I think they would enjoy it. It's a little different from a lot of stuff that's being made today, despite us saying it would fit in today's film landscape. But I would give it 4 hee-hees out of 5 hoo-hoos.
God was having a little trouble with the people of Earth.
Hey there, folks. It's me, Dan. I'm here at the danandadamareafraid podcast. I'm going to go ahead and give this movie 2 thumbs up. I loved it. If you wanted a star rating, I'd probably just give it 5 out of 5. I'll rewatch it. I think it's great. I think it comes from a singular vision. And I just think it's beautiful. It's a beautiful movie, man. Made me think about a lot of stuff like life and death and the people around me. I think it's definitely underrated. And there's probably 1,000 things I want to say about this movie, but definitely check it out. It's definitely worth watching on your trip through Harmony Korine's filmography, which not enough people have been doing. You got to watch all of them, folks. They're pretty great. I'm interested because basically after this one, this doesn't do well, and he says, "Fuck everybody. I'm doing trash humpers." So I'm excited to, continue the journey, see what else we have coming up. But yeah, Harmony Korine, just like when we watched Climax a couple weeks ago, I'm just like, God damn.
Yeah.
I've been missing out on some great directors. There's movies I haven't seen that are just amazing, and they're out there, and I'm watching garbage horror movies. Talking of garbage horror movies, Diggum. You didn't sub to Vinegar Syndrome this year, did you?
I did not. No, I did not.
Okay, good.
I am buying things as I want them, basically. I'm not even really waiting for sales. I'm just buying the stuff I want as they come out.
Yeah, that's the way to do it. Indeed. This brings us to our final segment of the show today, folks.
God was having a little trouble with the people of Earth.
Every time I look down there, it gets worse.
Adam, did you pick a movie for us to watch next week?
Hey, Chuck fuckers. Dan, I want you to pick out of my left pocket or out of my right pocket. Just reach your hand in there.
I'm just grabbing your dick. It's going right for the dick.
Right for the center.
Because there's a hole in the pocket. Yeah, just tell me left or right. What do you think? You lefty or righty?
Gotta go left.
Gotta go left. Gotta go. See, I didn't have an actual selection for either of those two things.
Jesus.
Yeah, I feel like I want to start my. I'm going to start my little director's journey here as well. But little man by the name of Charlie Kaufman. I don't know if you guys seen the movie Being John Malkovich. Dan knows I love him. I like that reaction we just got.
Oh God! Oh God! Oh God!
So yeah,
I love Kaufman.
Fuck yeah, yeah. So yeah, we're getting a little Being John Malkovich, 1999. Let's start it off.
Nice. I remember not liking this movie at all, but I'm excited to revisit it.
That's crazy.
This podcast is based on 2 movies, folks. Beau's Afraid and I'm Thinking of Ending Things. So this is right in our DNA. I'm excited to watch some Charlie Kaufman. I have not seen this since we watched it together in like 2015 or whatever, and I was just like, what the fuck is this? So I'm excited to rewatch it. Yeah, let's do it. I'm excited. I'm also out of steam. This movie took it out of me, folks. This week took it out of me. What do you guys got looking forward to this week? Anything good coming up? Monkey? You gonna go see
Just
Monkey
the
Man?
monkey for me. Yeah, that's it.
The
Just
monkey?
Yeah, I'm very excited. With a Q&A by the director as well. Oz Perkins will be there doing a Q&A.
Are you going to ask a question? Do you have to pay to ask a question?
No, it'll be, you don't have to pay to ask. I don't know if I'm going to ask a question or not. I have no idea.
Oh, you got to start thinking about it now. You got to have one ready just in case.
Well, since it's based on Stephen King, and I love Stephen King, I'll probably ask a Stephen King oriented question.
There you go. Yeah, you got it right there. You could be the guy who goes up like, hey, I was just wondering if you thought about something when you made this movie. Is this movie about anything? I'm excited to see that as well. I mean, my girlfriend wants to see it. I don't know. Maybe we'll see it next week. We'll see. But yeah, I just feel so awkward and off scale today, guys. Off key. So I'm gonna leave. I'm gonna leave today. And with that, I'm gonna just say, take care of each other, folks. Take care of each other. That's all you can do. These are weird times. I was bringing in groceries earlier this week, and I was like, what is that noise? And all of a sudden, hundreds of Mexicans were walking down the street, my block, with protest signs and Mexican flags, and it was a pro-immigration protest. It was pretty giant. And I just, was shocked. I was stun locked in real life, and I just stood there and walked closer and watched them all walk by, and I was just like, wow, this is beautiful. Not everyone is a monster, and I know it feels that way. I feel that way. I'm still on fucking X. Fucking Elon Musk is literally like in the computer code of like the treasury or whatever now. He's like inside everyone's phones or whatever. He's evil, and I'm still using X or Twitter. And it doesn't feel good. You go on Twitter, you go anywhere. I feel like fucking Facebook, you go anywhere. It feels like everybody has become like an insane, like detached from reality, like psychopath.
Yeah.
But it's not true. It's not true. There's a lot of, probably most people aren't racist. Probably most people are okay with having like Mexicans in this country. You just got to take care of each other, folks. Stay positive. Keep your head up. You're not alone. Just like Michael Jackson's song and part of like the little plot subs in this movie or the little labels. You're not alone. All right, that's me being sincere. You guys have anything to say?
Yeah, there are people out there being kind. I see acts of kindness every day out there on the streets because I hit the streets every day at my job. And yeah, there are good people out there. Just don't let bullshit slide and be nice.
Yeah, be nice. It's contagious. There's a whole Twitter thing going on this week. It's like, or the past couple weeks of people being like, you actually don't get anything for being nice. There's no benefit. And it's like, well, the benefit is you're nice to somebody, and hopefully that's someone's nice to someone else, and we make the world better little by little.
Except for Nazis, fucking punch the shit out of them.
Well, yeah, of course.
You see a Nazi, it needs to be like a fist magnet. I can't say anything more, but a fist magnet sounds good. I would like to use something else, but
just imagine in audio form the Richard Spencer getting punched gif over and over again. Jazz aliens? Yo, we from the planet Jazz. We're here to take over your honky asses, including you, host of the show.
Jazz alien Quano Mono invented the Big Five sound.
Yo, we're taking you to hell. You could be in hell. Bitch.
White monkey.